Hey. This is Lisa A., and you're listening to Who's That Star on LCC Connect at Lansing Community College. Who's That Star is a behind-the-scenes show where I sit down and talk with the employees at the college. This is an inside look at LCC where you will have a chance to learn about their passions, projects, what inspires them both at work and in their personal lives. I'm your host, Lisa Alexander. I'm so excited to get a chance to talk to all the people who make LCC great. This show is for you to get to know the people that work at Lansing Community College a little bit more and see what makes them tick. Are you ready? Okay, let's go see who's today's star. Today on Who's That Star, we will be meeting with someone who has a long history here at LCC. Our star started her career here at LCC as a student. She earned her associate's degree in human resources from LCC. After LCC, she then went to Siena Heights University and earned a bachelor's degree in community services. After her bachelor's degree, she then went to MSU and earned a master's degree in higher adult and lifelong education. This star has worked at LCC for many years in a couple of different roles. I'm so excited to talk with today's star. So let's go ahead and introduce her. Drum roll, please. Today on Who's That Star, we have
Nicole Rinehart-Huberty.
Welcome, Nicole. I'm so glad to have you here today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All right, well, let's get started. Can you tell me about your work at LCC and what are your roles here?
Sure. So my current role at LCC is I am out at our West Campus, and I am the Program Improvement Manager. And within that role, I help out with recruitment and engagement into our programs within Tech Careers Division. I help with our program review process, and I run the West Campus Safety Committee.
Oh, so now you do that with all programs that are at West Campus. You work with all of them.
That's right. Yeah. Yep. I serve the Technical Careers Division. So whatever programs, if they need promotion of any kind, I help out with that.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to get like more information to people about what we're doing at West Campus, the different specific programs. And then are you like a connection to those people from the outside? Like if someone wanted to, I want to work with the welding, or I got something about welding, would you help navigate that for a person? Or?
Yeah, so at least in terms of I'd like to see welding, what that looks like. So if someone's interested in a tour of our campus and they want to see the welding lab, for example, connect with the faculty maybe to find out more information. That is what my team does. We work with admissions though. So if someone's really ready to take those first few steps, then we'll connect them to admissions or any other area that they might need to consult with first.
Okay, so they can come make an appointment to get a tour kind of what the West Campus has to offer. And I know we're going to talk more about the West Campus, but I think it's underutilized. Like, I think that a lot of people don't really know what the gym that we have out there and how, like, you can really make some money if you go take some classes out there, and it's not that long of a time.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many great programs out at West Campus, and it's one of those things that I'm always trying to do is make sure the community knows about West Campus in particular. Mm-hmm. Of course, I'm promoting all of what LCC does, but out at West Campus, it is one of those things, you know, I do hear from time to time people say, I didn't realize this was here. I didn't know you had all this stuff out here, all these programs. So that's one of those things. We sometimes say it's the best kept secret that shouldn't be a secret.
Exactly.
We don't want it to be a secret, but we're, you know, we hear from people that they didn't know it was there.
Right. And I think sometimes, you know, people gloss over, like, they know it's there, but they're not really thinking about all of the great things that's out there. So I'm so glad that we have you here today, not just to learn about, you know, LCC and the West Campus programs, but also to learn about you. But I just think that you are in a great position to help people understand hey, you better get out to West Campus, especially if you're not trying to go to school for a long time. But okay, I'm not going to go on that rant. So how did you get started at LCC? I mentioned it a little bit in the intro, but could you elaborate about like, how did you choose to come to LCC, especially from where you were coming from?
Yeah. So I started off at LCC as an international student. And the truth of the matter is I chose LCC because this is where my boyfriend was.
Okay.
So straight to it. So that's how I started. I did start as an international student, and I was the first generation college student and the oldest in my family. So it was a pretty big deal for me to move away from everybody, to be the first one out of the house, you know, and I got my first job in the financial aid office. And so that's where I started as a student employee in financial aid and worked in financial aid in different roles and eventually ended up as a financial aid advisor.
Right.
And that position was definitely one that I really, really enjoyed and was part of a fantastic team. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those roles where, you know, you're dealing with students who have more complicated situations going on. And I have a heart for that. I love helping people out. And so I really enjoyed that. But I knew that I didn't want to be in that role forever.
Right.
And so I ended up becoming the coordinator of the Adult Resource Center. And that was a really enlightening role for me to have because it helped me to learn more about occupational programs. It helped me learn more about special population students. And learning about that actually is what drew me to have even more interest in West Campus and the occupational programs.
Gotcha.
And in particular, really wanting to make sure that students got opportunities to just be aware of the grants and opportunities available, but also just really promote those programs to everybody. So that's kind of how I started and how I got to where I am right now.
So I remember when I first met you and we had talked about you were an international student. And for whatever reason, I could not wrap my head around that Canada. I don't know. I just thought because Michigan, right next to Canada, we neighbors. You don't have to go through all of that extra stuff. Just go on through the tunnel. But no, you were really an international student.
Yeah.
And came here. And so I think that's great. And hey, we're glad you got here, however you got here.
Thank
we don't
you.
Care.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. We say, hey, we need more people to come like that. So tell me, like, what keeps you coming to work and why you're so passionate about what you do here?
Yeah, I work at LCC. You know, I stay at LCC because I really feel like it's an institution that everyone can access. I love that about it. Like I said, I was a first generation college student. I personally have benefited immensely from the support that I've been given at LCC. When I first started, I definitely felt like I had imposter syndrome. I felt like everyone around me had it all figured out and they knew what they were doing. And meanwhile, inside, I felt like I had no idea about how to, quote, do college. And even though I was international, you know, the family I came from is a low income family. I had a single mother, you know, they didn't have a lot to help me out in that way. And so I felt that the campus community, the people around me, not only the services on campus, but my peers and the people I worked with, really helped me to form a new community here. And I feel like I have benefited from that, and now I am actually a part of that, and I'm giving back in that way. And that is truly how I feel. It's that full circle. I love LCC. I feel very comfortable here. I feel like I've had a lot of opportunity here to find myself and find my way. And I can't say enough good things about it.
Well, I know I feel like that too. I think LCC is home for a lot of people, and it is what you make of it. And so if you are open to the people, the community here, I think it's a great place to work. So I definitely agree with you. And they've definitely taken me in. And I try to get that back to people. So I definitely agree with you. So who or what inspires you in your career?
So for me in my career, I feel like I have a lot of my family members who've always just encouraged me to do what I want to do. So they didn't necessarily have the blueprint to help me to find out what I wanted to do, but they've always had the emotional backing and support for me to do what I had to do.
Hey.
So I think that it's that, just knowing that they believe in me and that they encourage me to try to pursue my dreams. It's them. They let me, and encourage me to be who I want to be and to try what I want to try.
Now, are you talking about your parents, or are you talking about your partner?
I'm talking actually both.
Okay.
But, originally when I was trying to choose what to go to school for and what I was going to do, it was, my mom and dad at that time. So, yeah. And, my mom, I remember, gave me something at graduation, and I can't remember who the original person who said it, but it's, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And that actually sits in my office, and I see that here and there. It'll catch my attention and again. And it's just like, yes, it's one thing to, I think, have a dream, but to actually feel like you can believe in it and pursue it, I think that's what really can get you there.
Yes.
So yeah, it's definitely my family.
Well, that's wonderful. We'll do a little switch now, but what is life like for you outside of working at Lansing Community College?
Yeah, so let's see. I have a family. I'm married and I have 2 children. I've got an 8-month-old puppy who keeps me running.
Oh my goodness.
So pretty much that. Like I said, my family is in Ontario, but kind of like you said, they're right there, and they are. So I do get to see them regularly. So pretty much spending time with them and being with my family.
How does your children, if you don't mind me asking, are they young, or you have older children, or?
Yep, my children are 11 and 12.
Oh, you have the fun years.
Yeah. Yep. So they are actually really cool ages because, we can have a lot of fun and adventures, and we're beyond the diaper bags and all that stuff. So it's really cool.
Yeah, you can help if, especially if they like you, now, if you're still in that phase
I'm
where
still
you're
good.
liked.
Yeah.
I think that you can have so much fun with them, and that's cool. And then you got the 8-month-old dog. What kind of dog do you have?
So he's a mixed breed. We rescued him from the Humane Society as a little puppy. He says he's a Labrador mix. We are in obedience school with him.
That's
actually, we got that tonight.
Did you have to take him, or were you guys kind of training him on your own?
We train him on our own, but he's like 70 pounds, so we want him to be able to kind of manage himself well and not jump on people and stuff like that.
Yes,
because he could knock
I know
someone
people
down.
are thanking you.
Yeah.
What is a subject that you geek out about, or a topic that you love to learn about?
I feel like this is the question I've been waiting to be asked my entire life. No, not really, but this is totally my thing for real. I love camping and the state park system. So specifically the Michigan State Park System. So DNR manages it. And it's where you can book camping for anywhere in Michigan. And that's not just tent camping. That could be, mini cabins, lodges, yurts. They have all these alternative ways to stay and stuff like that. And so I have stayed at a lot of them by now. I've got the little pin tack board thing going on of all the ones that I've stayed at. And it's just one of those things, my friend group and I, we camp together usually a couple times a year. My family, we camp usually once a year. And so finding out a new spot to go, picking a great site on there, coordinating together on this day at 8 a.m, we all have to sign in and get our sites and stuff like that. I love that. And so if someone was like, I'm looking for somewhere to stay in Michigan at a state park, do you have any recommendations? I could totally really go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, see, I like that because I was like, So I didn't know that the state park offer different lodging options, right? Like I thought, okay, you either gonna bring your camper or you taking a tent. I didn't know that they had like cabins or different things that you could access if you weren't really cause see, I want to camp, but I want to glamp. So I don't know if they have that where you can have a cabin in a state park, but I need some air. We got electricity. See, and so I'm so glad that I know this about you now, because at least you could steer me in the right direction of like, okay, your dreams are not going to happen, or yes, we think we can get you this. But my main thing is that they have cabins. They have cabins with some air.
I think that some of the more modern ones might have air and heat. And then there's varying degrees in terms of kind of all those creature comforts, if you will, because some will it'll be a mini cabin, but it might be near a restroom. Others might have its own, bathroom built in and shower and heat and cool and all that stuff. So it kind of just depends. And it really varies from park to park.
Really?
I have found, though, that these past few years, they're installing a lot more of the, I guess you could say, modern camping options, glamping. Because I would say I'm like a tent glamper. So we go tent camping, but like I have a fan in my tent. I have a heated blanket when I sleep at night. Like it's to the greatest extent you could be possible in a tent.
Right.
But I want it to be a comfortable tent camping. I don't sleep on the ground, like I've elevated
That's what I was
frame
wondering.
air mattress situation going on, because getting up off the ground, I'm not
And
really
it's
about
cold?
that. Yeah, no.
But like when you first started, were you a ground? Like, I'm going to take my sleeping bag and just lay on the ground? Or
No.
did you always have an air mattress?
I would do
or
an
something?
air mattress. And actually, we've got like cots too that stretch out and sleep on. Because sleeping on the ground, I'm just really not too fond of sleeping
because
on
I'm
the
scared
ground.
that's a whole nother thing. Like, I'm not gonna go down this rabbit hole with you, because now that I know, I'm glad that we can talk about this later. It's the bugs. So I need to know which bugs or which campsites has the least amount of bugs.
Yeah,
And I know we're in Michigan, so
we are. And I think a lot of that has to do with where you're going and exactly the season, because 1 month it might be fine, but like the next month could be like inundated with bugs.
Have you went through like different seasons of camping? Like, have you went like early spring and then midsummer and then late fall?
I have done winter camping.
Oh, wow.
So Muskegon State Park has mini cabins that are open all year round, but they have this across from the state park, it's the like literal road across, they have the winter sports complex where they have an outdoor skating rink. You can skate through the woods.
Oh, really?
They have luge, like Olympic style type luge going on. And so we stayed there one year, I think it was February, and it was very comfortable, really nice stay there. So I've done winter camping, fall camping. I love fall camping.
I think I would like that too.
Yeah. I think like to me, I think a lot of people pack up all their camping stuff on Labor Day weekend. So my favorite thing, and I hope this doesn't get too common, is I go the weekend after Labor Day, because the weather is pretty much still the same, still nice, but so many people have already just kind of in their mind wrapped it up.
It's football season and we're done.
Yeah, exactly.
It's time to, we got to switch over.
Yeah.
But no, that is so cool, Nicole. I love that. I think you're about to make me geek out on that too. What's one thing that can instantly make your day better?
This was another one of those questions when I was like, oh, I've got this. Okay. So as a couple, one of them is hearing people laughing. So even if I don't know who the people are, what they're laughing about, just hearing people laughing makes me happy. It's just one of those things that just warms my heart, like every time.
Yeah.
The other one is seeing people singing or dancing in their car. And that they're feeling it. Like, I love that so much. I had someone behind me the other day and she was just going for it. And I was just like smiled, because I'm like, I love that. Like, because I do that too.
Okay.
And so when I see other people, I love that. I love seeing that. So.
I was going to ask you if you were one of the people, like, you just want to watch, or are you one of those unconscious folks that when your song come on, it's all or nothing?
Oh yeah, like when I'm in my car, I'm definitely jamming out to my music, and when I see other people doing the same, I'm like, yeah, same.
You're my people.
Exactly.
You're my people.
Exactly.
I get it.
Yep.
Well, that's fun. If all your needs were met and time and money were not a factor, what would you spend your time and energy doing?
So hearing our conversation we've had up to this point, it probably wouldn't be shocking that it would be something in nature, probably something conservation type related. I love being in the woods, being near water, being in water. anything like that. I could see like planting trees or like cleaning up trash or something like that, or just, it's probably something in nature. I would say would be my thing. It would be in some capacity, probably environmental related, is what I would get up to.
Do your children, are they interested in that as well? Like with the nature and liking it? And...
Yeah, they do. Because we started taking them when they were like 2 years old. So we did one night of camping.
Yeah.
And pretty much spent the entire time running around being like, stay away from the fire, stay away from that, stay away from that. I was like, this is exhausting. But now they're pretty experienced and they do look forward to it. So actually, my son, that's what he wants to do for his birthday this year.
Oh,
so
cool.
he wants to go camping with a few of his friends and dad and go do that. So
now that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Like, okay, no video games, or I know the kids like it, but he really wants to go out in nature and do some fun stuff.
Yeah, he plays video games like on the regular day-to-day type of thing. But
that's not no birthday. Yeah,
I'm just saying. Let's be honest about that. But that they do. They enjoy it.
Well, that's cool. I think that's a good family event. Instead of running from the bugs, you're wanting to see them and enjoy.
I'm not like running towards the bugs, but I'm not trying to completely run away from them. I mean, it's their world too, right?
Right.
So,
if you're not touched by one, you're not about to run out and fall. Yeah. See, that's not me. What ways do you achieve like work-life balance? Because it seems like you really work hard, but you enjoy your free time. So how do you manage that?
Just I make sure that I take my time. I have allotted paid time off and vacation time, and I make sure I take my time and give myself breaks throughout the year so that I can, preserve my mental health so I don't feel burned out. For me, I know there's a couple times in the year where I know I'm going to be busier or that I tend to feel maybe more tired and run down, that I know to give myself time. And so as simple as that might seem, it has to be intentional.
It does.
So for me, I'll forecast out time off, and that's for no other reason, just to have time off and to kind of take care of myself. So yeah, I just use my time, and it's as simple as it sounds.
But it's not that easy.
It's not that easy.
It's not that easy because a lot of times especially if you like what you do, you feel bad if you leave or if something's not taken care of. You want to do that, and that's not always good. So that you figured out a way to alleviate that guilt when you're gone from work and alleviate the guilt from home when you're at work. You got that good balance.
I try, and I will say, the team I work with is phenomenal. I know when I'm not there that things are going to be handled just fine. And so I think that takes time too, building up a great dynamic where I feel supported to be able to take my time. I've got a team who I know is going to take care of things. So I'm really grateful for that. But yeah, that's one of those things I do. Just carve out time for myself.
Well, how long have you worked here at LCC, and have you worked at any other places?
So basically, I started at LCC in 2001 as a student employee. But yeah, for real, my employment, I mean, it's been LCC.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, that's what, 22, 23 years?
Yeah. Yep.
So you've been, like I say, you have a long history with us, and I just think that's great. And I think that's a testament to the working environment. It's a good one.
It
is. You can grow here. So I think that's great.
Yep. I've done some practicums and little things here and there, but by and large, LCC has been my predominant employer. Yeah.
Right. And like, that's not happening anymore. Like back in the day, my parents, they worked at one place and they stayed there. And it's so different now. And for you to have like the majority of your career to be in one place, that's kind of special.
I think there's a lot of that here though. I think there's a lot of people who, I think about the fact that we have so many people who started off as student employees who stay and make a career of it, which I think, really speaks volumes about the kind of place that this is to work. So not everyone's going to do that, but I'm often surprised about how many people started as a student and has stayed on.
Yeah,
so,
it is quite a few.
Yeah.
Well, I know we're winding down. I wanted to ask you, what's your proudest accomplishment?
So specific to my career and my academics, I would say, pursuing my education. So in my case, my mom has a 1-year certificate, and getting that certificate changed the course of my whole family. That credential really gave her opportunities. But I'm the first one to get a 2-year degree, 4-year degree, master's, all that. So I'm just really proud of that because it wasn't easy. And like I said, I didn't have a blueprint for how to do that. And especially as an international student, I kind of made my own way. So I think that is what I'm most proud about, is I found a way to make it happen and achieve that goal, because I just knew that it would open doors for me. I grew up experiencing poverty, and I just really wanted to do what I could to not be stuck in that.
And we're going to go out on this last question. And I want to thank you for coming today. And it's been a pleasure to have this conversation with you. And I've learned a lot. So I'm excited about picking your brain. But what career advice would you give to your younger self?
Just patience. Life's a marathon and not a sprint. I think for me, I really felt almost a desperation to hit that minimum goal of a bachelor's degree, just because I really, like I said, I was so concerned I would just never get out of poverty. And so for me, I was really just anxious to get to all those goals and those things accomplished. And I think it was just, I wish I could say, be patient. You're going to get there. Don't feel like you have to rush getting there, kind of a thing. It's all going to happen, because it did.
It did. And look at you now.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Nicole, I thank you again.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. And until next time, you've been listening to Who's That Star? I'm Lisa A., and you can listen to this episode of Who's That Star and other shows from LCC Connect anytime online at lccconnect.org. Thank you for listening. Catch me next time to find out who's that star.